Inside Out 2? Oh wow, what a surprise. Didn't expect them to make a sequel. It's been like 9 years since the first Inside Out came out in 2015. That's almost a decade. I guess the hype might not be the same as before because 9 years is a long time. Some of the original audience has grown up already, but that doesn't matter. Today's kids will enjoy it anyway. Feels like they waited for us to grow up so we could see Riley grow up too. If that's true, it would be really cool and I appreciate it a lot. So basically, Inside Out 2 starts with Riley finally becoming a teenager and hitting puberty, and because of that, headquarters undergoes a sudden renovation to make room for a new emotions, which joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust weren't prepared for. Now Riley is dealing with new emotions like anxiety, embarrassment, envy, and annoy. Joy and the gang aren't sure how to feel about anxiety joining the crew, but they can possibly imagine how things will get even crazier with the other new emotions. So these new emotions will kick off all the changes Riley will face as she steps into the wild world of being a teenager. Anxiety is one of those emotions that will shake up Riley's life overnight, changing her personality and making her figure out who she is. She will have to deal with friendship, family, school, and she will try new things that will drive everyone around her pretty mad, just like most teenagers do. To be honest, I don't have high expectation for this one. I've got some skeptical feelings about whether it's going to flop or not. Like a lot of Disney's movies have been flopping lately, especially with all the work stuff in Hollywood. But besides that, I'm kinda excited to see grown-up Riley, to be honest. I'm more curious about her behavior and her personality now that she's a teenager. When she hit puberty, her personality changed drastically when she wakes up from bed. It really caught me off guard. You know what really made me roll my eyes? After finishing the movie, I realized that the trailer gave away too much of the plot. The movie is exactly how you would see in the trailer in the first place, and the story also follows the same formula as the first movie. I don't want to talk much about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, it's basically the same. Like, oh no, we're lost. We need to get to the headquarters to save Riley ASAP. For me, I think it's okay. I don't really care much, but some of you might see it as a flaw, I guess. And as for the new emotions, they don't do much except for anxiety. Obviously, she's in charge here and she's the root of all the problems. Besides joy, she's also the core of the story which driving the plot forward. She's kinda annoying though because she messes everything up. Meanwhile, I think Envy and Anui don't do much here. I really hope they would have more screen time, but at least Embarrassment gets some screen time here. Besides anxiety, Embarrassment does more than Envy, and Envy does more than Anui. Anui was just laying on the couch all the time, and she have very minimal dialogue. It's kind of the opposite of Joy's team, where everyone works together as the best teammates. Anyway, I really like the details on the new characters, like Envy is small because it makes you feel small, and Embarrassment is big because you feel super noticeable. When Embarrassment hides his face, you can only see his big round nose, which totally embodies a pimple. Cause you know how a pimple makes you feel ugly and insecure. And you will kind of feel embarrassed about it, something like that. The characters here are so diverse and there's a lot of background detail. But of course, it will be diverse because it's Disney Pixar. They've known for that. Honestly, I really like the sense of humor in this movie. Thank goodness it wasn't cringe like in other animated movies I have watched before. I really giggle sometimes and smile a lot the entire time watching this movie. And the climax is really intense. Seriously, like I said, anxiety is kinda annoying. He drives Riley crazy and makes her feel like she's not even herself. And as everything gets more messed up, Riley pushes herself too much and ends up even more stressed out. But in the end, she pulls herself together and fixes everything that was messed up. Overall, Inside Out 2 is a great movie. I enjoy watching it the whole time. It's one of the best Pixar animated movies so far. I really recommend that you go to watch it, especially if you were a kid when the first one came out. It's a fresh start and might give you some nostalgic vibes. To me, it kind of feels like Inside Out 1 was just 4 or 5 years ago. Can't believe it's been almost a decade since it came out.